So hello internet, you have no idea who I am. So for the past 5 years, I've been trying to break out into YouTube and the streaming game for quite a while, just a little bit before COVID. So consider this kind of a vlog number zero, if you will, for some things. Um, when I first got started and everything total was when I was in college. College didn't really work out for me. I went 6 years and I had to eventually drop out. And that's when I started to get really serious in doing this full time. While I was in college, I helped a couple get relatively decently big. Me and a couple other people did a pretty good job of really making them popular. They streamed about every other day. We really helped build up the group, recruited people. However, they got signed by some pretty big companies and basically reserved themselves to what their contract said. They had to make like 3 posts a month and they had to stream once a month. So they pretty much did that, and essentially they invited a bunch of other big streamers who had already made it and left those of us that had helped build them up kinda out in the cold. So eventually me and those people left. We started our own group. However, there were still people in our group who were still attached to them, that were kind of spying for them, and they were sowing some bad apples and everything. So we got pretty serious with our group right as COVID was happening. So a bunch of us, went full time into doing everything. Obviously, we didn't have anything else to do. All of our jobs stopped, all that fun stuff. So, at the end of COVID, just after everything kind of started to fizzle out, 10 of us in our group, we had all of our people who watched us, supported us, fizzled down to about four. And then the four of us just started doing our own individual things, and it kind of just disappeared one day. It was all gone. One of the guys, last remaining of the three guys, stopped in one of my streams one time and said, yeah, man, like it was just all gone one day. He's like, same thing as what I had. And he's like, yeah, haven't talked to any of them except for one. I said hi to him, so I thought I'd come and say hi to you. And then after that, I haven't heard from any of them again. Um, so that group just kind of fizzled out. I got out of a long relationship that was pretty much most of during COVID. Then about basically 2 years ago, got into another relationship that I was really happy, doing a lot of stuff. We were making a lot of plans. I was getting back into streaming more during the daytime, making a lot more YouTube videos. And again, it was doing good, getting back into it. I was making t-shirts on my website. I was making stickers, making all this fun stuff, making all this different things for during and after COVID. And once again, it kind of all just imploded. Everything got kind of stagnant again. Um, the relationship ended on kind of some weird terms. The day that it ended, I also found out my mother had cancer. So for the past year, that's pretty much been my life, is working around the house, helping around the house, taking to her appointments, and pretty much I set most of my stuff on the back burner. So I pretty much haven't had time to do anything but stream for an hour or two at night. And any energy I have during the day, I pretty much end up writing my book. That's what I focused on. That's the only time and energy I had. Is I finally finished draft one of my first book, and I've started draft one of my second book. Also, recently, for the past couple months, I finally was able to take some time and learn a new language. I'm obviously nowhere near proficient, but right now I'm learning Swedish. So a lot of my stuff went onto the back burner because I didn't have the time and energy for it. However, it gave me a different amount of time and different energy to do some other things, so it wasn't a total loss. But a lot of what I want to do design-wise, YouTube-wise, streaming, I am having to, again, for the third time, rebuild everything. The first group that, got kind of greedy, I had a lot of people support me doing stuff. They became very toxic, terrible people. Me and my friends that left, we lost a lot of our fan base. And then same thing that happened with the second group that we left. The first group is a lot of them stopped streaming and doing certain things because they didn't like the way Twitch was going. So they kind of started bad mouthing me because I wouldn't stop doing everything so intensely, and I just kept doing what we had planned on doing, and they stopped. They kind of took a lot of the people that watched me and supported me, and they pretty much started bad mouthing me, not in like a false allegations way, just more of a we don't agree with what Twitch is doing at the time, so we're gonna leave and boycott. You're a terrible person because you're not joining us, type of thing. Um, so I kind of took a little bit of time off, tried rebuilding everything up again, tried to get involved in my second partner's group and doing content with them. Everything kind of fizzled out after a little while, and we broke up. My mother got cancer, so again, a lot of my support and fan base and my content kind of has taken a hit about every couple of years. Um, so I'm not going to be getting back to anything too intensely over the next couple of months because there's still a lot going on with my mother's treatment the next 3 weeks. It'll be a busy Monday to Friday schedule. However, this is partially why I make the video. This video is recently I'm getting back to watching YouTube. Haven't watched YouTube in like 4 years. So I actually been catching up on some of Markiplier stuff. So some videos I think I were like 2 years ago. Maybe like the end videos are like a month or a year ago. As I started watching his Power Washer Simulator, which was really funny to watch. But for those of you who have watched that, the last 3 videos, I think, something like that. He actually gives a very interesting set of motivational speeches that I kind of actually want to clip out and post, like, to stitch together. It definitely hit a spot with me trying to get into another group right now that I've been a part of it for a while. I've known the person who organized it. Currently, she's going through a lot. Currently, I'm going through a lot. We've been, making sure we're both okay, keeping active in the group. But I'm still doing a lot of stuff kind of independently and working my way back into being part of a group and starting my own stuff up again. And just because I'm leery of being part of groups, every group I try to be part of gets very bad, gets very toxic, and just a lot of fucking assholes on there. Because it's the internet and you're all a bunch of assholes. So he had a very nice set of motivational speeches that he was talking about his new like adventures in space or whatever he's doing over the past couple of years. So it really kind of clicked to me one day when I was struggling, which was Friday and that was Monday that I finished watching it all. So like Tuesday to Thursday this week that happened before I started recording this. Been very long, very rough. I'm very sore. I have a lot of disabilities, so I have a lot of muscular, neurological, chronic, autoimmune conditions. So like today, I'm pretty much recording this, editing it, and then I'm basically taking like a 3-hour nap because I still didn't sleep enough last night. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of give a shout out to him. He really said some stuff that I really enjoyed and kind of inspired me to get back to doing this. For the next 3 weeks, like I said, my mother's appointments will be very busy taking her to all that, and still not having enough time. I'll basically have about 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. to get up and do a handful of things. And then I'll be driving an hour down, doing a 45-minute appointment, driving an hour back, and then it'll be almost like right into dinner time. So I won't have a whole lot of time to do recording and editing. So it'll be slow, it'll be simple, and then after that we'll start rolling into heavier things. So, but yeah. So we'll end this video with thank you very much to Markiplier and just being his boisterous self and everything that he's created and a set of very awesome speeches that kind of inspired me to get back into doing everything, and we'll get there eventually. So, adios and have a good one.